For the past several years, I wake before the sunrise and often sit in silence, taking note of what comes to mind. This technique is called open awareness meditation, and it has so many health benefits because it trains the brain to observe thoughts and feelings as they arrive, and it helps modulate reacting to them. I learned to do this for a few reasons. The first is that I often experience a lot of fear of what's going on in the world today, in our communities, and I often feel overwhelmed by the many things I see in the news and on social media. And the practice of meditation brings me more equanimity. The second reason is because I became a psychologist to help kids and adults have increased mental health and more well being overall. Being more aware of our mental processes and observing what comes to mind without judgment can help my clients cope with difficult life experiences, and I try to practice what I preach. Like all of us, I've also experienced a lot of pain and suffering in my life. And as a small child, I remember suffering a lot from fear and worry because I didn't feel safe in my own home. And when I went to school, I got bullied and teased for being fat. This podcast came from a meditation session when I experienced a deep sense of wonder, amazement, and profound admiration for the kids that were my friends. I was overwhelmed by a feeling of awe and appreciation for these people and their families. Producing a podcast on hometown friendships has become a passion because I simply love talking to people about friendship. Researching the importance of childhood friendships specifically has increased the awareness that I have about how essential friendships are to human flourishing in general. But you don't have to have a podcast on friendship to do this powerful well being practice. Here are three things you can do to fortify yourself and curate a feeling of awe and gratitude for our experience of human connection. Number one, sit in silence for just a moment and very specifically remember a younger version of yourself. Maybe you have a memory of going to school or being in your neighborhood. Flip through your memories to find a moment with a friend that made you feel good. Remember how it felt to be seen, paid attention to, and appreciated. Maybe it was a sleepover or a birthday party that you got invited to. Maybe it was you went through a scary experience together, or someone stuck up for you, or just sat next to you at lunch. Remember what it felt like to be with somebody you liked and who you knew liked you. Focus on that feeling of gratitude for your friend. Number two, pick up the phone and text, or better yet, call a friend who you've thought about or have wondered about recently. If you don't have their number, go on Instagram or Facebook, look them up, or text another friend who might be in contact with them. Send this friend a DM or a text, or better yet, leave a voicemail. Don't expect anything in return, and specifically say this in the text or voicemail. Just let them know that you've been thinking about them and that they were a positive influence on your life and that you're so grateful for the time you spent together. Number three, bring to mind a time when you went through a very difficult situation in your life. Think about a friend or a relative that was there for you in some way. Maybe listened to you or offered you some wisdom or did something that made you feel slightly better. When we are going through hard times, other people don't take the pain away, but they do often give us a sense that we're not alone, and this can make all the difference. We need other people to thrive and to lead healthier lives, and we often take for granted the people, and specifically the little kids, that made our lives better. These childhood friendships were the building blocks of our sense of self and of our social development. These friends helped us grow, and I hope that this podcast encourages the act of meditating on and remembering how grateful we are for these friendships. Stay tuned and stay connected.